Hey everyone, welcome to my Survivor Series 2013 review. And I know a lot of people have mixed reactions about last night's Survivor Series. I mean, I just watched the OTRS Central review done by Jeff Sheagle, the Schleg Daddy. And I don't know if he had one too many, he was tipsy, I don't know what was going on, but basically this was an entertaining pay-per-view for him, and quite honestly it was an entertaining and decent pay-per-view for me. You know, it was the first pay-per-view I actually ordered. It was the first pay-per-view I actually ordered in the past few months. The last one I ordered was SummerSlam. The other three, I'd rather go through torrents, just like I'm probably going to do with TLC. Excuse me. Like I said, just like I'm probably going to do with TLC. But anyway, watching Survivor Series, I'll say this about the kickoff match between Miz and Kofi Kingston. It was good. The kickoff match was good. Wasn't a show stealer, but it was good. Now I don't know what they're doing with Miz. I don't know if they're going to make him a tweener, kind of like not an Austin-like character, but someone that's like, hey, you know, I'm a heelish kind of guy, but I'm not the kind of a heel that you think I am, unless they do something with him tonight. Unless they do something with him tonight. But the ending of the match, though, kind of teased, I think, a little bit of the fact that we could have a Kofi heel turn. Something that they've been talking about before. Could we end up finally getting that? I mean, he's been a babyface since about 2006, 2007, so... Well, not 2006, that would have been too soon. 2009, 2008, I should say. So, you would think maybe around there, around 2008, 2009, that, you know, since he's been a babyface for that long now, that we might finally get something. Who knows? I mean, the fact is, Miz was anything but a heel in this match. You know, he was kind of like a heelish face. He was a tweener, basically. A tweener face, whatever you want to call him. So I don't know what they're going to do here, but it looked like maybe they teased the Kofi heel turn. Maybe. I don't know. But that was the kickoff match for you. Good, but not a show stealer, but it was good. Then we kicked off with the traditional Survivor Series match, and for some odd reason, for Jeff Sheagle at the Schleg Daddy at Off the Rope show, this cracked him up a little bit because this was basically, as he called it, the curtain jerker, if you will. But to me, I was just glad they were at least starting off with the Survivor Series match. And it's not the first time they've done that. Let's not forget, ever since its inception, there's always been a Survivor Series elimination match that's been the curtain jerker, no matter what it is. Let's not forget, back in 1990, of all people, WWE Champion at the time, Ultimate Warrior, his team's match at Survivor Series was the curtain jerker. So let's not forget that. But the point is, this was a good match. It really showcased a lot of people. It really showcased a lot of people's strengths and, you know, the strings and the overall value and stuff. As far as Dean Ambrose being eliminated first, I think if they're going to be breaking the Shield off soon, which is probably looks like a possibility, although things could change. If they're going to break the Shield off soon, expect Ambrose to go kind of in the direction of a psychotic, you don't know what this guy's going to do kind of deal, even more so than he is now. In other words, be more unpredictable. Be more like the kind of guy that wants to get really violent. It would be described as really violent, but kind of like in a PG way, the tame kind of violent. Like he could take a chair, and just go wham over the side of somebody's head, even though there wouldn't be no blood, but make it sound like someone's been hurt very badly. think that might be the direction they go with Ambrose. Everybody, like I said, had their moments in this match. Very good. Goldust, Dustin doing a sort of a sunset flip, Mysterio-like move, where he, almost like a Mysterio-like move, was pretty awesome to see. But the breakout star in this match, and everybody knows this, was Roman Reigns. The moment Dean Ambrose was eliminated, the moment, I'll tell you this honestly, something told me that Roman Reigns has got to have a break, that because of the fact that they have been reporting that Roman Reigns is going to get a push in the near future, most importantly probably towards the WWE Championship, and that he, along with Big E Langston, is one of the main focuses next year, at the end, towards the end of this year into next year. Something told me that even if he's eliminated, he's going to have a breakout performance that's going to put him on the map more so than he already has with the Shield. And boy, did Roman Reigns do that last night. I mean, spear after spear after spear after spear. And believe it or not, I was actually popping. I wasn't physically going up, oh shit, oh man. No, I was like, to me, I was like, oh man, this guy's, basically WWE basically told Roman Reigns, Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stephanie, they told Roman Reigns, tonight's your night. Here's your stamp of approval, to quote the Schlag Daddy. And boy, did Roman Reigns deliver. He delivered in a big way. He not only speared both Usos, I think, but he speared Cody Rhodes. Well, he didn't spear both Usos, no. He actually speared one Uso, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and then get this, he spears Rey Mysterio. A guy that when he sets up for the 619, no matter who you are, he's always going to hit it, right? So unless you already know, if you're Rey Mysterio and you already know that tonight is going to be Roman Reigns' night, that you've been told, okay, you got to put Roman Reigns over because he's good. He's going to be our breakout star. Rey Mysterio, having respect for the business and respect for the future, did the right thing tonight. It looked like he was going to win the match and everything, but what happens? Roman Reigns, he gets set up for the 619. Here comes Rey Mysterio. Roman Reigns, as soon as Rey Mysterio is coming off the rope, BAM! Almost splits him in half. Tonight was Roman Reigns' night, and this, ladies and gentlemen, was just the beginning of the Roman Reigns run in WWE. Expect him and Big E towards the end of the year, if not more so into next year, to be in the world title and WWE title pictures more often than you can ever imagine, and expect both of them, and I'm going to say it right now, expect both of them to have at least one run, maybe at the same time, with both, with one being the WWE champion and one being the world champion. Expect both Big E and Roman Reigns, unless they decide to unify the championships, expect them to have separate reigns at the same time, one as the world champion, one as the WWE champion, depending on whether or not they decide to unify the belts. But anyway, very good showing. Definitely a good platform tonight for Roman Reigns to be that breakout star that he's meant to be. Even at the end, he kind of shows and nods a little bit of respect to Rey Mysterio. So that kind of tells you, when he's just standing there looking at Rey, kind of giving that look of respect, that nod of respect, and Rey's giving it back to him, that's the first indication the guy's going to turn into a freaking babyface. Either tonight on Raw or beginning tonight on Raw, you're going to see the stages of that. And then we follow up, of course, with the Intercontinental Championship match. Now, I know Jeff Siegel and a lot of people have a problem with the fact that Big E Langston won the title on Raw instead of at Survivor Series. And here's why. Here's why he won it on Raw instead of at Survivor Series. because of what I just talked about. Raw was Big E's night to break out and become a star, and he did. And he even solidified that a little bit more with a near-dominating performance. And I say near-dominating because Curtis did get some offense in, but basically a near-dominating performance over Curtis Axel in his first title defense. He solidified his breakoutness that he achieved on Raw when he won the title. But the reason he didn't win it at Survivor Series, but the reason he won it on Raw instead of at Survivor Series was because tonight, within 6 days, tonight was Roman Reigns' breakout night. So basically, within 6 days, two of the guys that they have their eyes on, the WWE has their eyes on, had two separate breakout nights, and they didn't want to overshadow it. That's why you had Big E win the Intercontinental title on Raw and kind of solidify his breakoutness with a near-dominating performance and defense against Curtis Axel. Because of the fact that they didn't want him winning the Intercontinental title to overshadow Roman Reigns. So that's why you had the match that you did. That's why you had the rematch instead of it being for the actual title. So then we get the 7-on-7 Divas tag. Now, I do kind of like the backstage interaction between the non-Total Divas, if you will. I like how Caitlyn basically flat out just says, why should we trust any of you? I mean, why should we trust you, AJ? You pretty much made an enemy out of all of us. And I like how AJ kind of counters that and says, look, I know you don't like me. I know most of you don't like me, but we all have a common goal. You know, basically, we weren't chosen to be in Total Divas. And why? Because WWE doesn't think we're pretty enough or talented enough. So let's go out there and show them that we are. Basically, AJ just said, hey, let's go out there and show them we can be the stars. We can be the stars of Total Divas. We should be the stars. And I will say this. Overall, very good. Not very good, but overall a decent Divas. A very good, I'll just put it this way, very good Divas, very good, entertaining Divas tag match. I will say that. Very fun to watch. I mean, you had Eva Marie basically get eliminated. She gets tagged in. And the reaction Eva Marie got, they even acknowledged it on commentary. If that doesn't tell you they better turn this girl heel while she's still in training, turn her freaking heel right now because she's got heat. Probably going to have more heat than Vicky Guerrero will have. But that's hard to follow. If you don't turn her heel now, what's the point? And, I mean, I like it. And Caitlyn, I will give them this. I like how they gave Caitlyn a little bit of time in the spotlight to kind of break out herself, even though she's been Divas champion. I like how they show her giving dominant performances and eliminating two individuals. I think she eliminated Brie, I believe. Brie Bella. And I think she may have eliminated Naomi, I believe. So, very good. I like that. So it does tell you that they still have some stock, if you will, in Caitlyn. So that's good. Overall, though, an entertaining match. They did let some of the girls kind of showcase their strengths, like Oksana kind of doing a big spine buster and getting a pinfall, I believe. I think she did pin Brie. I'm not sure. Was it Cameron? I can't remember. I think, yeah, I can't really remember, but I like that. I like how they let all the girls, even Rosa, get a pinfall victory, if you will. I like how, basically I just like how they allowed the ladies, despite how you feel about the Divas division, let them shine in this match. Let them shine by showing that they can perform in some ways. Like Oksana doing a big spine buster, very impressive looking. Rosa doing some kind of finishing DDT or something like that. Again, very impressive, very good. I'll even give credit to JoJo. It seems JoJo's more determined to learn to wrestle than I think Eva Marie. I mean, you had the fans basically chanting, "We want JoJo, we want JoJo." It's like, hello? You know, you got something on your hands here, WWE. This girl's basically, what, not even in her 20s yet, or getting there? And she's in her early 20s. Basically, if you train her right, JoJo's going to be a breakout star for that division. I mean, you can already see she's trying to learn. But in the end, Natalya and Nikki do survive. I like that. I like Nikki's new move, though. I mean, Nikki taking a page out of John Cena. No, she didn't do an attitude adjustment, but she did some kind of almost like shock treatment move or something like that. And like kind of like an abyss move for a pinfall. That's impressive. So it kind of tells you if they're going to push the Bellas, especially let's say Nikki or even Brie, one of them, if they go with Nikki, because it looked like Nikki was the one that, you know, kind of was more tomboyish last night. If they go with Nikki, that's going to be something. I think it was Nikki last night. I'm not really sure, but she definitely shows she's getting strong. If they're going to focus on one Bella, they better focus on that one. But overall, Natalya and Nikki, I think, were the sole survivors. I believe it was Nikki again. I can't really remember. I like how the fact the commentators were so caught up in all this match. I guess you could say they were so caught up in it in some ways that they forgot Nikki was there. They forgot Nikki wasn't even pinned. Again, like I say, I think it was Nikki. Overall, though, very, very good, entertaining Divas elimination tag. And I like how they allowed Natalya to get the submission victory over AJ, which kind of tells you they're going to push Natalya into the title picture now for the Divas title. Then Ryback, I don't know if this was before or after, but Ryback comes out, insults the panel, the Hall of Fame panel, and then issues an open challenge. And who does he get? He gets Mark Henry. And the first thing that went through my mind is, Schleg Daddy's going to be marking out. Schleg Daddy's got to be happy about this. Because out he came, then for about 5 minutes, I think they had a decent 5-6 minutes, they had a okay powerhouse match. I think the mark out moment was, for anybody, was Mark Henry coming out of the corner with a, I guess you could say, super crossbody, and then hitting the world's strongest slam to get the win. Which kind of tells you not only they're going to be pushing Mark now again, but apparently, according to reports, he's the next challenger on Randy Orton's list. So this was obviously the breakout moment for Randy. I mean, not for Randy, but for Mark Henry, of the return performance that he needed to reinsert his dominance and basically showcase that he's going to be a threat. Now, after this match, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match. The World Heavyweight title match. I know some people may shit on it, if you will, excuse my language, Lord. They may shit on it, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was probably one of Cena's better performances. And apparently it shows that Alberto Del Rio, despite how you feel about him, can get a good match out of anybody. But it was okay. It was probably one of the better world title matches I think Cena's ever been in. And he does win in the end, so that's good. He does win in the end. I mean, I'll say this, when I saw Ricardo was part of the Spanish announce team, I thought, okay, they're going to have Ricardo probably interfere. But as soon as Triple H and Stephanie put down the rule that there would be no physical interference, well, that kind of shut the door on that. But anyway, decent match, good, very good match. A decent world title match between Cena and Del Rio proves Del Rio, despite how you feel about him, can bring a good match out of anybody, and Cena has proven, whether you like it or not, that he has more than just the 5 moves of doom. That he does have more than that. So that was okay. But it did surprise me that it was the third to last match on the card. You know, you would think it's his hometown, they would end the show with him, but whatever. But he does get the win and walks out still world champion. Then we have the tag team main event, the tag team main event, the semi-main event, if you will. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, the best in the beard, against the Wyatt family. And I will say this, throughout the pay-per-view, I kind of got a little distracted at times because, one, my older sister and her husband came and got their son. My mom needed me to do this, needed to take care of that. So I got a little distracted at times, but I did watch a majority of the show. And apparently, despite how you feel about it, people like the match. I mean, fans are chanting in Boston, this is awesome, this is awesome. Because it obviously was. I mean, you saw certain moves and stuff that were good. I mean, Luke Harper, Brody Lee's powerbomb off the top rope, sit-down powerbomb off the top rope, on Daniel Bryan after I think he hurt his knee. That's impressive. Just a very good match. I mean, you allowed the Wyatts basically to show the physical power and dominance throughout, but you also allowed Daniel Bryan and CM Punk to show the technical prowess and how they're able to adapt to facing bigger, more powerful guys. And in the end, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk do get the win. And you would think there's going to be something else afterwards, especially when Bray Wyatt comes in and teases he's going to go in the ring. You think, okay, he's going to allow Luke, he's going to allow Harper and Rowan to sneak around and attack, but didn't happen. But apparently the feud still is supposed to continue up into, I think, TLC. So, but a good match, good tag team match. You may call it a Raw main event, if you will. A match that you could see on Raw, but still very good. Very good. Again, impressive moments. Moments in the match, especially with Luke Harper and such. So overall, not a bad match, and let's see where they go from here. And then we have the WWE Championship match, Randy Orton against Big Show. Now, throughout the night, Randy's always trying to find people to kind of physically help him out or something like that. Didn't happen. And it was I'll say this. For the 15 minutes it was given, it was okay. It wasn't the best, it wasn't good, it was okay. I mean, you basically have Randy Orton getting some moves in, you have Big Show dominating, just your average Big Show Randy Orton match, right? And there were several times, I will say this, that when he tossed Randy over the barricade and into the crowd, I thought Randy was going to go head to the back, and that's when the attacks will begin and all that. But no, that didn't happen. Instead, what happened was Big Show knocks out Randy Orton. Looks like he's basically throws him back in the ring. Looks like he throws him back in the ring. He's about to go back in there, get the pinfall, and Triple H's music hits. And that distracts Big Show to the point that Randy, as soon as Big Show turns around, hits an awkward RKO with Big Show tangled in the ropes, then hits the punt kick, and gets the 1, 2, 3. Now, again, an okay WWE title match, but honestly, if I was booking this, I would have ended with the world title match because, despite what you feel, that was a better championship match than world title WWE championship match than the WWE championship was. But I would have ended with Cena and Del Rio instead of Big Show and Randy. But I know why they did it booking-wise and storyline-wise, booking-wise, why they did it. Overall, though, very, just an okay one, but I like the teases they did give us throughout the night. They gave us a tease in the backstage area with Cena and Orton, and then they gave us a tease at the end, because all of a sudden, it's like you see Randy celebrating in the ring with Triple H and Stephanie, Triple H and Stephanie celebrating at ringside, and all of a sudden here's Cena's music hitting. Cena comes down, gets in Randy Orton's face, kind of shows his title, Randy shows his, and that's how you end the show. It's basically like, okay, looks like we're heading towards unification or something. But overall, like I said, overall an okay title match. I do like the teases that they gave us with Cena and Orton twice throughout the night, especially the backstage one and more certainly the ending one. And I again, just like with Mark Henry, I said to myself, Schleg Daddy's going to love this because this is going to be rubbing it. He's going to be rubbing it in people's faces. Because basically, as he had been telling people, and apparently has been reported, looks like they want to do Cena versus Orton down the line for either the unification of both titles or just to see who is the true face of the company. So, overall, I will say this. It was a decent Survivor Series. Not the best of all time. Not the best one in recent years, but a decent Survivor Series. And depending on whether I work tonight or not, if I don't, I'll probably tune into Raw and see what the aftermath is going to be. And if I do, I'll just torrent Raw or DVR Raw, or at least try to DVR Raw, or just torrent Raw and just do a download torrent and see where we go from there. And overall, decent. Not the best, decent. I'll give it maybe a 7 out of 10 grade-wise. And I know this is a little high in some people's eyes, but I thought it was decent. So that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'll talk to you all later.